Shows out in Saudi, December the 23rd. We're looking at February the 17th. We're looking at.
This is Denny for Pro Boxing Fans. We're in Wolverhampton for Adam Azim versus Frank Petitjean. It's a pleasure to be joined by the man who held this belt for longer than any other Brit ever has, Spencer Oliver. Spencer, how are we doing?
Yeah, very well, mate, very well. So this is the story, right?
Let's have it.
The story was that it was not this weight division. I was European Super Bantamweight champion. I won the title in my 11th fight. The previous quickest Briton to ever win it was Naseem Hamed, who won it in his 12th.
Decent company.
And now 26 years later, Adam Azim is trying to win it in his 10th fight. And do you know what? I want to give it up. I want to give it up because I want to see him do that. Like, he's a super talent, you know, and I think it's a great opportunity for him here in Wolverhampton. It's going to be a great night on Saturday night, and yeah, I fancy him to do it.
So there's not even a small party that's Team Petitjean on Saturday night?
No, do you know what? 26 years is a long time. How old are you?
I'm 26.
There you go. That's what I mean, man. It's a long time. Do you feel like you've been on this planet a long time?
Recently, I'm starting to feel my age a bit.
There you go. So yeah, listen, and you know what? Adam's just a great kid, and I think that he's super talented, and I believe that he's going to go on. He's going to win world honours, and this is just another step on his journey. Petitjean he's a decent campaigner. He's a tough guy, man. You know, he's been around a long time, 35 years of age, southpaw, and you know, he mixed in good company. He was a good amateur actually, and he started off his professional career not so well. He didn't start off too well, but he's sort of grown into it later on. Boxed for the European title, lost for it, then boxed for it again, won it, and yeah, it's a decent fight for Adam. It's another step up, and I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a good night on Saturday.
Decent London card as well. You got Tyler Denny making another step up again for the European, return to Richard Riakporhe, and a really nice fight that I only realised was on the card. Brad Foster versus Rhys Edwards. Really good, interesting fight.
Absolutely. Brad Foster, former British champion, against Rhys Edwards, a young up-and-coming kid who again looks a super talent. That's going to be a great little fight. But you know what I'm really looking forward to? I'm really looking forward to Tyler Denny against Singnani. That's a great opportunity for him. Singnani's, 44 years of age, European champion. I mean, credit, and he's been at the top for a long time. That's great. But what I love about Tyler Denny is the way that he's done it, the old school way. Do you know what I mean? He's done it on the road, man, like small hall shows, going into the other guy's backyard as the opponent, you know, and he's just, you know, and you know, he keeps pulling off the upset. You know, where he's not meant to win, and then he wins the English title. No one expected him to do that. Now all of a sudden, bang, he gets the opportunity for the European title. And this game is all about opportunity. And with someone like Tyler Denny, you go, I love that, because, do you know what I mean? That's what it's all about. That's what this game's all about, man. Like that hard work, that graft that he's put in, the things that he's had to sacrifice to get to where he's got to. Now he gets this opportunity, and it's a great opportunity against against a champion that's been there for a long time. Like I say, he's been at the top for a long time, but you know, everyone's got to pass the baton at some point, and this could be Tyler Denny's night. Home advantage could be crucial. Just a quick word on the Richard Riakporhe Dylan Brazion fight. It was met with a mixed response with fans online. I think Dylan Brazion, he's fought, you know, a few British cruiserweights before. I think the sort of mixed reception was due to the fact we've seen Richard linked with sort of big fights, the Bill Smith rematch, the Jai Opataya fight, who we're now seeing fighting over Saudi. Can you understand fans' frustration with sort of what's happened over the last 12 months in terms of Richard Riakporhe's career? Yeah, I can understand it, but I also understand the business side of it and what's going on with Richard Riakporhe. You know, he turned down, he was in for that mandatory position, and he turned that fight down. The reason being that he turned the fight down was, who was he meant to box for the world title when he...
Opataya.
Yeah, Opataya, was it Opataya? Yeah, the reason...
Guillemarian as well.
That's it, yeah, Guillemarian. The terms weren't right, the conditions weren't right, and that's why he done that. And you know, his WBO mandatory, or his WBO #1, soon to be made mandatory if he comes through this fight on Saturday night. And then obviously we've got Chris Smith, you know, defending his title against Masternak. If he comes through that one, then Riakporhe gets that opportunity. Now people are going to go, well, what about Okolie? I thought Okolie had that rematch clause. Yeah, that's exactly. I thought Okolie had the rematch clause. Yeah, Okolie does have the rematch clause, but mandatory stumps that. So that means that Richard Riakporhe, but then in the meantime, Okolie will get his shot. So let's say Masternak beats Chris Smith, Okolie will get that shot against Masternak. If Chris Billam-Smith wins against Masternak, we've got this Richard Riakporhe situation and the Coley situation. The Coley needs a little bit more time at the moment. That's why he's not done that. So these fights will materialise in 2024. It's all very, very confusing, but I understand where it is. Coley is going to get his shot, whether that's 1 or 2 fights down the road. Riakporhe's going to get his shot. You know, Billam-Smith's got to come through Masternak, which is a tough fight, December the 10th, down in Bournemouth. So look, there's a lot on the line. The cruiserweights, there's going to be some great fights being made, great matchups being made in 2024, but they're all going to get their opportunity.
Alluded there to the December 23rd card in Saudi. We saw the press conference yesterday. I mean, Frank Warren with Eddie Hearn, Anthony Joshua with Deontay Wilder. It felt a bit like a fever dream.
It was all surreal, mate. It was weird, you know. I interviewed them all, and yeah, it was all just so surreal. 12 promoters are involved in that card. Can you believe that? From all over the globe, man. There's some unbelievable fighters on there. Looking forward to it. Anthony Joshua, Otto Wallin. They've got history, you know. They boxed twice as amateurs, close fights, you know, and they're going at it again. Otto Wallin's a nice guy, man. I've trained them both, actually. I've had Joshua on the pads and Otto Wallin on the pads. Wallin's one of those slippery southpaws, knows how to get through. It's a tough fight for Joshua. He really fancies it. Looking forward to that. Deontay Wilder versus Joseph Parker's another good fight as well. Looking forward to that. But more importantly is that, yeah, we're getting these fights like His Excellency, you know, Turkey Al-Sheikh. He's sort of come over, he's put the money up and he's gone, well, fuck the politics of all this and promoters not working with promoters. I want him, I want him, I want him. Money talks, and that's what's happened here, you know, and I think that, you know, it might be a changing of the times, and then that will allow us to get the fights as boxing fans that we want to see, where you're not tied to, like, because if Turkey Al-Sheikh goes right, he's bought the rights to the fight, so depending on what platform, he might put it on Sky, he might put it on DAZN, but that's where he wants to put it, that's where he wants to place. But then that way we can get all the fighters together. So look, I think it's a good thing. Obviously, fight fans will look at it and say, well, it's not a good thing because it's in Saudi Arabia and we can't go there, we can't see it. I understand that point of it, but what we are getting is we're getting the fights that we wanted to see. Yeah. Yes, I know Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder are on this show on December the 23rd, but trust me on this, they will be getting in the ring together. 2024 is going to be a massive year, you know, and it looks likely to be that out in Saudi Arabia, but there's some big dates coming up, man. Huge dates coming up. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Like I say, December the 23rd is the beginning of a mad year of boxing out in Saudi Arabia.
I think it's just crazy though that Eddie and Frank have been the two top promoters for what, 10, 15 years, never even met apparently until and then, you know, sort of 1 week of talks with Turkey and they're up there shaking hands, smiling away.
That's how quick Turkey and His Excellency work. Like that's how quick they work, man. They get shit done. You know what I mean? They go, like you say, Eddie goes out there, and Eddie told me that yesterday when we had the interview, he said it was literally me and AJ going out there, having the conversations on the Monday, and by the Friday the fight's ready to go. That's where we was at. The deal was done as simple as that. Yeah, so, yeah, really looking forward to it, man. But like I say, like, you know, I think that you're going to see shows that are out in Saudi, December the 23rd. We're looking at February the 17th. We're looking at March the 9th. We're looking at June. All huge fights, you know what I mean? And then, yeah, so it's going to be interesting, man. It's going to be a fun year. I think we're finally going to get the fights that everyone's wanted to see. The heavyweight division's been holding everything up, really, because the politics of the sport, TV networks, not the right money on the table. We're not getting the best fighting the best. Now we're going to get that.
I mean, I could talk to you about every fight in the card at length, but I'm sure you've got better things to be doing. Just the last thing with relation to December 23rd. Anthony Joshua, reports came out this week. It was confirmed that he'll be training with Ben Davison, not with Derek James. By all accounts, this is just for this fight. What do you make of that as a former boxer yourself? You say you've trained. I mean, how, for example, would Derek James be feeling about this? I mean, first when the reports of AJ training with Ben came out, it was, oh, he's just taking over in the gym, but now it emerges it's a bit more than that. Just what's your thoughts on all that?
Do you know what? AJ's that sort of character that he likes travelling around gyms, he likes training with different trainers, and he likes soaking up information. He's always been like that. He was like that even in the amateurs. Like, he would go to other gyms, you know, train with other trainers, even though Sean Murphy was his trainer. That's what AJ does. So it doesn't surprise me of that. He would be, you know, he he would have those conversations, obviously, with his trainers, with Derek James. And I think that Derek James, you know, whether it's Derek James or back in the day, Robert McCracken, or whoever's training Anthony Joshua, you know, Angel Fernandez, any of those, whoever's training him, they'll understand that, you know, what he's all about and how he operates. So, yeah, I don't think it's the end of relationship with Derek James. I just feel that he feels that this might be right for this sort of fight. So, I understand it. I totally understand it. Was Ben Davison in the corner, actually, for Fury when Fury boxed Otto Wallin? Yeah, that's right. And I think that that's maybe a little bit of the reasoning behind it. It was Otto Wallin he was in the corner for, wasn't it? So, yeah, look, it is what it is, man. Like, that's the way AJ works. It's the way that he ticks. Yeah, let's see what happens.
Spencer, we will wrap it up there. Thank you so much for the time. We'll let you get back to work, top man.
Good man.
Cheers, Spencer.
Good man.